Hey everybody, it's Allie, and this is the YNR Chat vlog for Wednesday, July 30th, and this is the aftermath. First off, I have to say, I have only watched Monday and Tuesday's YNR because the website doesn't post the daily show until later in the evening, and I vlog during the day, so I haven't seen Wednesday's show, so I don't know if Sabrina has died yet. She may very well have, but I haven't seen it, and I don't like spoilers, so don't spoil for me. But yes, I can still talk about Monday and Tuesday's show because I have a lot of emotions and questions about this entire thing, and I think I'm just going to start out by talking about the crash. I think that the one thing that really, really bothers me about the crash is that I didn't get to watch David Chow die. I don't know about you, but I was really looking forward to that moment where the life just sucked right out of his body. I know, I'm crazy, but frankly, for as much as that man has put everyone through, for what he did to Sabrina, I wanted to see him die. It was, to me, a little bit anticlimactic. He's laying there, and then all of a sudden, we're in the hospital with Nikki, and I think it was either Paul or JT came in to tell us that David had died, and it's like, well, he died, and we didn't get to see it? I don't know. Am I the only one who had that reaction? There's probably some kind of psychiatrist somewhere that would say that that's a very bad sign, but I wanted to see David Chow die. And, while we're talking about the crash, I don't understand. Okay, this is what I don't get. Why did the ambulance take Sabrina away and they left David just laying there at the scene of the accident? Maybe I missed something that's totally possible, and maybe you know. I'm just curious to know. It was kind of like, well, why didn't they even try to save him? Nobody knew he was a bad guy. Anyway, I'm just curious to know if any of you know anything about that. Also, I wanted to say that I initially thought, maybe you were with me, that Victor was behind the car crash because he had been brainstorming with JT and Paul and maybe Michael a few days before, and they were going to do something to eliminate David Chow from the situation, and now all of a sudden there's this car wreck, so I immediately thought that Victor had something to do with it and that he was going to be so upset with himself when he learned that Sabrina was a victim of it. But that's not what happened. Apparently it was the mob that killed David Chow so conveniently. Was it a suicide mission for the driver? Did the driver know that he was supposed to crash the car and kill them both? I don't know. I don't understand. There are a lot of unanswered questions. But let's talk about Sabrina. Let's talk about Victor. Victor is so hurting right now, but he's in denial, really deep denial, which is so classic Victor Newman. Unfortunately, this is a situation that Victor is not going to be able to buy his way out of. It doesn't matter how many doctors he flies in, what he does, what machines he puts her on. We all know that Sabrina is dying, and everyone else knows it except for Victor. It's quite sad. Victor has lost 2 wives this year, so that's a tough situation for him to be in, and especially since he's estranged from Nick and Victoria. On a side note, I really appreciate that Nick and Victoria were both present at the hospital. I think that was an important place for them to be. Victor was very cruel to both of them. I just think he's hurting, and that's how he's choosing to show it. Especially when you add in the baby factor. I can understand Victor's pain. I just wish that he were reaching out to the family rather than pushing them away. So Sabrina is dying, but she's dying with perfect makeup. I don't know if you guys saw her in the hospital on Monday, but she had perfect shimmery pink lips and deep smoky eyes. It was so funny to see her. It's like, well, she still looks good. But by Tuesday she was looking pretty bad, really bad actually. So, yeah, everybody knows, I've vlogged about this before. I'm very upset about Sabrina's death. Certainly there are a lot of folks out there that feel differently, but I'm really struck by how many folks agreed with me, liked Sabrina, wanted to keep her on the show, and I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who left comments on that vlog. It really meant a lot to me because I felt really alone there for a couple of days and almost like, what am I? I mean, I clearly do not have my finger on the pulse of the YNR community because I liked Sabrina and I'm sad about her death. So the fact that you guys were coming out and saying that you felt that way too really made me feel better, and I appreciate it. And I actually got a lot of responses too about just how, yes, we seem to agree that YNR just didn't handle that storyline correctly. The character of Sabrina was just pushed on us. We all kind of understand that that's sort of the source of why we don't like her, or why we understand that some people don't like her. And I just think that this whole sudden impact storyline is another example that something's going on at YNR. Something is going on. I mean, the whole sudden impact thing was kind of a joke, if you ask me. It was just lame. I mean, I would really have loved to have been at the table where the writers sat around talking about how, the ratings are down, number one. The fans don't like this, the fans don't like that. Okay, well, here's the idea. We're going to put David and Sabrina in a car together, and we're just going to kill them both in one foul swoop. There's nothing creative about that, in my opinion. I just kind of feel like that was another cop-out. It was a bad way to correct a bad mistake. I'm disappointed with sudden impact. I thought it was kind of crummy. I'm annoyed almost and insulted slightly that this is all just happening so tidily. How convenient, David Chow's just dead now, so Nikki doesn't have to face anyone that she actually married this mob guy who was involved in the deaths of several people. That's very convenient. And now, we just get to brush Sabrina away. She just never happened. It feels too tidy. It doesn't work for me. I feel a little bit insulted. I really hope that the writers have something amazing in store. In fact, they better. I'm really looking forward to some fantastic storylines in the future, because if they're going to take us through the ringer on losing Sabrina and this kind of crappy storyline, then I want to see some good stuff soon. I know you guys are with me on that. I am very sure. Now, just a quick note too. Just because Sabrina's dead doesn't mean that I'm going to go back and dance the Nikki and Victor dance again. I am a Nikki and Victor fan from yesteryear, but I've said many times, and I still believe that relationship is over. And it bothered me that when Victor went to the car, the wreckage of the car after the crash, and he thought it was Nikki that was in the car, he had that flashback moment of their relationship. And I just felt like, so Sabrina's dead, now I'm supposed to just go back to loving Victor and Nikki? Well, you know what? I'm not. We're not just going to forget about Sabrina, and we're just going to put Nikki and Victor back together, and then everything's going to be fine on YNR. For me, that doesn't do it. I mean, that's not the kind of storyline that I want to see. I've seen it. I've been seeing it for the last 13 years that I've watched the show, and I'm sure much longer for most of you. So, that's how I feel. I obviously still love the show, obviously going to keep watching the show, but I'm very disappointed in the direction that they've taken it lately. So, that's what I have to say about that. I also have some kind of a cool idea, okay? I am proposing that we, the YNR fans who enjoyed Sabrina, hold a Sabrina memorial service of our own. I'm sure that they're going to do it on the show, but I am proposing a live Stickam chat this coming Sunday, August 3rd. I think 1 p.m. Eastern Time sounds like a good time. So again, Sunday, August 3rd, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Stickam.com. It's like a chat room / webcam. You can kind of see everybody you're chatting with website. If you haven't used it, don't worry. I'm going to post much more info throughout the week so that you can kind of get the lowdown. If you know, and if you don't be uncomfortable using it. I actually haven't used it before either, but I think it's a good vehicle for us. I would be really interested in talking to you guys about this. We can talk about Sabrina, we can talk about Y&R, whatever. It'll be a live chat, and I think it's kind of cool. So more info to come on that. And that's it for my vlog for right now. I will definitely be back this weekend to talk more about the show, and I will see you guys then. Bye.